This is The Spot, a BYU-Idaho radio production where we talk about what you talk about at BYU-Idaho. Today we are here with
Camille Colditz,
Jeremy Chagadama,
Mattie Johnson,
and my name is Grace Andrus. Today we are talking about imposter syndrome. So kind of like an overview on imposter syndrome. I originally thought it was just when you're experiencing success or you have a job that maybe you don't feel like you deserve or you're qualified for. And I feel like that feeling alone, I feel all the time as a student. Actually in this job today, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never ran a podcast before. I've never ran a university podcast before. I don't know any of this. So as I was walking here, I was feeling it, which was so interesting because now we're talking about it. But I don't know, have you guys ever experienced that or?
Definitely. Before this, I honestly, I knew what it was, kind of the same thing, but I never realized, I experienced it until I kind of, read the definition. I was like, oh yeah, I actually feel that all the time, especially with this podcast, too. Yes. It's so easy to feel underqualified in the things you're doing.
Yeah. I think I'm a musician. I like to sing. Mm-hmm. My first instance with it was when I was traveling for a music video, to do a music video in South Africa, and one of the guys I was sitting next to was like, oh yeah, because we were flying business class and I've never done that before. It was kind of crazy. Exactly. And I'm asking him all these questions about what he does. This guy is a supervisor, CEO of a big energy company and stuff like that. He looks at me and is like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a musician. And I was like, I've never called myself a musician.
Yeah.
Gone by that and said that that's what I am to other people. I'm like, yeah, I'm a musician because I'm going to sing for A, B, and C. So I was like, I'm still working on it. Every now and then I'm like, yeah, I sing. I'm a musician, I don't know, but I sing.
No, it's fair. I feel especially with talents, something like singing, you're so vulnerable in front of people.
Exactly.
And so when you call yourself a musician, I think people automatically are like, oh, so you must know how to do these things.
Exactly.
And you must sound
high.
Yeah.
No, I feel the same way because I play guitar and I love playing it, but I play it by myself. I don't like playing in front of people. And my dad will hear me playing in my room. He's like, you're so good, and will tell everyone and wants to perform. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm not that good.
Yeah, I know. I've kind of felt it with just being in the degree that we're in.
Yeah.
It's very kind of skills based. And I remember not feeling qualified when I first not auditioned, applied for school.
Yes.
That's
feels
the
like
word.
an audition.
But it was Brother Williams was like, hey, you should just apply. And I was like, I don't even think I'm cut out for that. I haven't taken the class or anything. But he was like, no, I think you have what it takes to continue to grow in the actual environment. And so I was like, okay. And I think the only way to get out of that syndrome is to keep working with it, even though it's terrifying sometimes.
Yeah.
You feel underqualified.
It's true. And it's when I was kind of looking into it, it's more of a pattern of thought. And you just have to break that pattern, but you don't just break it and then you're over it. It's every time you have a new role or a new calling or a new job or a new class, you still have to break that imposter syndrome or the fear of being found out. I feel I experience that all the time. I'm people are gonna find out that I don't know what I'm doing, and they're gonna find out that I am not the smartest kid in class.
Yes.
And so I'm afraid to ask questions, and I'm afraid to go get help and go to the tutor because I don't want my professor to know that I don't know what I'm doing, which is so stupid. Because
So is imposter syndrome more of a doubt of your ability and skill, or a doubt of you just fulfilling a role?
I think it's both. I was looking it up, and I will look it up very quickly, and then I'll put my phone away. Yes. So there's this lady who did a TED Talk about it, and apparently there's 5 different kind of imposter syndrome examples. Mm-hmm. So the perfectionist, and so that's being if I make one mistake, I've failed and I'm done. Mm-hmm. The expert, I don't know enough, and I have to keep learning before I'm ready, which I feel I do all the time, where I'm I won't start until I know more kind of thing. The soloist, I have to do this on my own, so I can't ask for help. The natural genius, if I don't get it the first time, I'm not good enough. And then the superhuman, which is I must excel in everything or I'm a failure. So there's
I think of all of those.
Yeah, I was I'm like, wait, which one am I not? Which one do you guys feel like you handle the most or deal with the most? I know I just like threw them all on you.
I feel when you sent me the script, I kind of resonated with like those first three, kind of doing things by yourself and making sure that I know what I'm doing before getting started. And if I mess up, it wasn't done correctly, or that I didn't give it my best shot. And I think the only way to get over those things, at least in my experience, is to just jump into it. And if someone says that you're doing a good job, like, don't just think that it's flattery. Like, take it into consideration. Like, you are worth so much, and it's okay to take a compliment.
That's so real. I struggle to take compliments so bad. It's actually really bad. I feel like I'm much of the soloist. I in the conversations I've had with friends, I feel like I've always said that it's a lot of like a man thing, that we don't ask for help.
Yeah.
We don't share our emotions. We don't tell people that I'm struggling. I got to struggle on my own because I'm a man, you know? That's a huge thing, especially in African cultures, is that you're a man, you got to struggle through it, suffer through it, you'll be fine. And so that on its own, that mantle, if I may say, is pretty much a lot. And so we just take that and say, I got to do it. And so I struggle to ask for help. But the funny thing is, I expect other people to come to me for help. And that's where there's a problem and a dilemma of, I can exude all the resources I have, but I can't use any for myself. So that is a place where I struggle, where I can't ask for help and get people to, you know, come to me.
Yeah.
And that came a lot from my parents. Like, my mother was someone who was like, don't ask for help, or don't stress other people out. Deal with your own problems on your own.
Yeah, but it's so true. The more you accept help, the more help you're able to give. Like, if you only have this much to give, if people are willing to help you, now you have this much to give.
Exactly.
And so that's so hard.
Can't run faster than you have strength.
Yeah, true.
So true. The one I struggle with, I can't remember what it's called, the one where you, which one is it? Like, where you don't think you know enough about it, so you can't get started. I can't remember what it's called. I struggle with that one bad. Like, there's so many things that I want to like achieve and accomplish, but I just can't do it yet. Like, there's just like this wall because I don't know enough and I don't want to fail at it.
Yeah.
And also, like, asking for help, I always thought that was like a weakness. I'm like, I have to do it my own, or I'm not good enough. It's so difficult.
No, that's fair. And I feel that as a student, which makes no sense. Because there's like, my professor wants to help me. There's tutoring that's there to help me.
I feel so guilty when I ask my teacher for help.
Me
I don't know
too.
why.
I'm like
that's
I'm
their
such
job.
a burden, but I have a question.
But I have a question.
And they're like, this is our job. We make a lot of money doing this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that one I struggle with the most is feeling like I don't know enough to start. But time and time again, like through mentors and my friends and just talking about it, you learn so much more after you start than you ever will preparing to start. Like, it's insane the growth that happens as soon as you just try than just like preparing to try. Like, people who prepare to have kids, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but at some point you just have to,
Just gotta do
You
it.
you just gotta be
You're
a
never
parent.
fully ready for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you just gotta get pregnant, I guess. Just for all
I
the
agree
girls in
with
the group. Jeremy's like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I got to work on it. You know, I got a lot of things to think about. But I think of that similar thing of, actually, it's just kind of run out of my mind now. But I think it's just more of the, you got to figure out. You can't plan and prepare for too much. You just gotta do it. Our generation right now struggles to start things
Yeah.
because we're scared. And the imposter syndrome. And I, with one of my friends, when we started a project, we're both perfectionists. We looked at each other and said, if we don't just start, we're never gonna start.
Yeah.
And so we just started with all the nonsense you could say and the problems, and had to sort through them and figure out, okay, this is how we want to do it. And it just works after that.
No, it's true. I think even like smaller things too, like with my assignments, like essays or like studying for projects, I procrastinate so much because I'm like, I need to make sure I have everything done before I can take this exam or start this essay. But if I just start the essay, then I know exactly what I need, and it usually comes easier. Exactly what you were just saying.
Yeah, it's kind of just a leap of faith. You just gotta do it. Like, you applying for Scroll, you just gotta go for it and hope for the best.
Yeah. I think I just listened to the talk. I don't remember what it was called, but it was President Nelson talking about one of his, I think, grandkid's wife or something, and he called her myopic. And
Oh yeah.
she was like, at first it was kind of like offensive. She didn't really like it, but once she saw it that way, she was like, actually, yeah, seeing things, I don't know, just that are up close is kind of holding you back. So I think thinking of the possibilities in the future is also really important, and that just goes back into jumping in, getting started. And I think that's something I've struggled with, probably still struggle with, but I've seen it pay off in the past, so why is it still holding me back?
Yeah.
So true. I feel like oftentimes we look at like the negatives first before we look at the positives, and it's so hard to get over that.
No, it's true. Especially the other one that was like called the superhuman or whatever. Like if I am not good at it when I very first do it, then
Just gonna put it
I've
away.
failed. I'm just gonna put it away. And like with trying anything, you're gonna be bad at it. And I listened to a podcast. What's her name? Emma Chamberlain. I love her. She's awesome. But she talks about how like it's okay to do something and be bad at it. You don't have to have a goal of being like good at something or to put it on Instagram and start a business. Like you can just ride your bike for fun or learn how to do the drums for fun. You know, you don't have to like put all this pressure of being good at it, and then it keeps you from enjoying new things anyways, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so hard.
It's okay to do things just because you like doing them.
Exactly.
Like,
You don't have to be good.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that we become imposters to ourselves, like because of expectations of others, more, or just more from like our families, something we grow up with and find in our families, or I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it can probably come from different places, depending on maybe what your fears are. Like, is it important to you that you look better? And I don't know.
Like
guess it's
socially?
Yeah, like
Right.
socially or maybe acceptable, or I don't know where I was going with this, but I think
I see what you're saying. Like, are you worried about being embarrassed? Are you worried about how
Right.
you're being seen by other people?
right.
That
I think
kind
for
of
me,
thing?
like I compare myself to others. I'm like, this girl's doing this thing and she's way better. And
So why would I do it?
Exactly. I'm like, I'm not going to compare to her. Like, I'm not going to be as good as her. Why would I try?
Yeah, that's so hard.
Yeah.
Especially with social media.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually crazy. So I like to look at numbers so I can understand things. And I wish I had all these things memorized, but it's a very, very small percentage of people on Instagram are influencers, even though we feel like everyone and their dog is an influencer. But it's just because of the way social media is
It's pumping them out.
that we just see the most popular, the best at whatever we're looking at. And I read, I cannot remember what this book was called, but it talked about how if there's a skill or like an attribute or something that you want to be good at, if you practice it 20 minutes a day for a whole year, then you're better at that thing than like 90% of the population that does that thing, which is crazy to me. I was like, that is like
crazy.
secret knowledge. But what happens is like, we're not consistent, or we don't start, or we look at the best of the best because it's in our face, and we're like, I'll never be like that, so I shouldn't start. And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Also, don't quote any of those numbers because that was a rabbit hole I went down months ago.
Okay.
So it could be all wrong, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I can agree with you. I'm a victim to social media, where I look at people, especially when it comes to singing. There's everybody and their dog is singing.
Yeah. Lot of
Especially when it comes to
singers.
TikTok and Instagram. So many people are singing, and there's like a trend where there's this song that's going on for like how long, and
Benson Boone.
Benson Boone, you exactly, and then you try and sing it, or I try and sing it, and I'm like, I don't sound as good as those guys, so I'm just not gonna push this video out anywhere. So actually delete, I'm not see it ever again. But it's actually not that bad. If you don't start, you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's really that comparison is the thief of joy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
And
Exactly.
I think what we're missing is that we're all so unique and we're individuals. And I think just embrace what makes you different. Like with music, everyone has a different style and something that makes them stick out. And you turn it on, you're like, oh, I love this artist. And it's because they don't sound like the other ones, That's what makes them special. And you can find that special thing in whatever area that you're in or working on.
Yeah. We're so uniquely designed, each of us, to be good or to have a unique taste or unique approach. And so it's it's sad when that happens, you know? My friend, he's a lead singer in a band, and he writes so much music, and he throws away most of it. Like he's like, oh, it wasn't good, I threw it away, it wasn't good. And I'm like, if I could write anything, I would be so overjoyed. And you're throwing away songs that you're
Exactly.
writing. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I would assume that I'd be so grateful to have that. But anyways, just to repeat what you guys just said.
Can I throw in a spiritual aspect on that?
Please.
There's this, I forgot where I heard the talk, but the guy said, we are sons and daughters of our Father in heaven, who's a creator. He expects us to create.
Yes.
And now that gets me going every time where I'm like, I don't want to do it, but somebody has to. If I don't do it, you know, if I don't do it, who will? If not now, then when? You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, I've got to do something, you know, whether I'm creating something that is very small, very minute, or a $1 million potential project.
So funny. My little sister, this is kind of random, but she really wants to post on social media. She low-key wants to be an influencer.
Cute.
But she will not do it because she wants to be like Emma Chamberlain right out the gate, you know?
Oh.
And I'm like trying to convince her. I'm like, just post like a little vlog. It doesn't have to be anything special.
Yeah.
Just post like maybe every other day. Just get started. Because there's so many things like that, like a business. You can't be good your first try. You have to kind of work your way up. A podcast. You have to have at least, I think there's like a statistic, you have to have like at least 5 episodes for like the sixth one to be good. You
Yes,
know?
yeah.
So it's that push. It's so hard. I've also like wanted to like try that, like social media, but it's
Yeah.
so tough.
It's so hard too because specifically Emma Chamberlain, like she dropped out of high school
Yeah.
and like did vlogs that got not very many views, and then randomly her consistency over time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was completely herself, and I think that's why people love her. And your sister can do that too.
No, honestly. And
Like
there's,
it's totally Emma and your sister are so different that I don't know. There's enough to go around.
yeah.
Everyone has an opportunity to be successful.
I hope she's listening.
Yeah, I hope so.
Send the shout
out,
out right
Lizzie.
now. I'm
Directly.
looking directly into the camera at our camera editor man, Chance, but also Camille's sister. Watch this episode.
Exactly.
Just kidding.
That kind of the idea of like everyone starts somewhere. Like if you go to like other artists like past like beginning and stuff. Have you seen like the old Post Malone video that
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
went
Oh
all
my
over
gosh.
sets?
Which one? I don't even
So-
know that one.
It's so bad.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's funny.
It's
like,
funny.
It kind of
First
seems like a
song.
joke at first, but like he's huge now and everyone loves him. So
Yeah.
it's like it's okay to like be goofy.
Yes, it is.
You can look back on it and laugh at it. Like it's okay. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's fun too. Is you're like, me and my roommate made this silly little video in the past, and she doesn't like it, but I think it's hilarious because it's so bad.
Yeah.
So I love showing people. It's like, see how I've grown.
It's true. And it's so good for our mental health to see like concrete examples of growth too. So when you do start and you document it, keep it so that when you look back, you're like, wait, I have actually grown. I can see that. Because if you just start, delete, you're not going to see that growth as clearly. Maybe.
That is so true.
Bro, don't delete anymore.
No, I haven't deleted. Like I just look back at my videos I took in high school, and I look at little Jeremy, and I'm like, man, you could have hit that note so much better. But then I also have to give him grace. I'm like, you did your best with what you had at that time, you know? Like that's
you
all
did
you had. You know, if I was there now, this is what I would do. But I'm not there now. I'm proud of you, and the fact that you were like that then, we're like this now. So I'm with you on that one. I testify to that. Don't delete it.
Don't delete it. Look back and be proud.
Yeah.
Be proud of little Jeremy. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, kind of a more spiritual take. How do you feel like remembering who you are as a daughter and son of Heavenly Father helps you kind of combat imposter syndrome or different types of imposter syndrome?
It's a good question. I think it's important to remember that like we're so different and God made us like that for a reason.
Yeah.
And like I kind of talked about this in our last episode, like wanting to go on a mission.
Oh, yeah.
I feel so qualified. I'm like, I don't know the whole Book of Mormon from front to back. And like I also like I feel like I'm so much older and I feel like I'm like kind of more shy. And then like someone told me recently that like God knows me so well, and he knows there's people out there that need me specifically and like my personality to like connect with people.
Yeah.
And I think it's just so important to remember that God knows you and you're important just like everyone else.
It's so true. There is purpose in who you are.
Totally.
Every time.
I think the gospel has grounded me in so much of my life, and part that I think is easy to forget is your purpose in it, because it's
Yeah.
not just the teachings, like you're part of the plan. And so I guess acknowledging that we are creators and that we're meant to do things while we're here on earth and taking risks is part of it. That's something that's kind of helped me in the last few years while I've been working as a reporter and just, doing stuff as a student here at the school. It's okay to make mistakes and ask questions because that's how you grow. And God's always got you covered. Like, if you do mess up or you do make the wrong decision, there's more that's gonna come, and He's already taken care of it. So don't worry too much. And repentance is always there too. Like,
True.
There's that kind of thing. But I think faith is really grounding, and I think it helps with self-confidence, which I think is huge.
Yeah. And just trust, like you were saying, just trusting in the Lord to make up the difference, and that as long as you're moving, He will guide you in the right, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the answer to the question I just asked, but I don't even know. I think, honestly, just like constant communication with the Lord, making sure, even though He knows, but making sure that He knows that I know that He knows, so that we're a united front, instead of Him being like, I'm right here when you need me, but He's more involved, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I think that helps me, so that every day I wake up and I'm like, the Lord is on my side and on my team, and I'm doing good stuff. Hopefully, I don't know. But anyways, I just got imposter syndrome right then. Just like,
Stop it.
I think I've come down with some imposter syndrome.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. Anyways, popcorn Jeremy.
No, yeah, I think I would add to that about like our potential. I know that I have not yet hit the potential that the Lord sees for me. As part of what you were saying about, repenting, that sometimes we might be on a different route for a certain period of time. Our potential is over here, and we need to just, come back to that and realize that I got a lot of things I need to do here. We just need to realize, or I've needed to realize, that my potential is over there. And even if I reach somewhat close to it, I kind of open the door and realize, oh my gosh, there's more that I can do, Every step or every kind of goal or objective that I made for myself that I've reached, I'm like, if I've done this, imagine what more I could do,
It's so true.
And I can just keep plowing at it and getting things done. I mean, I'm from South Africa. Why on earth am I in America right now? That's a huge thing, completely. So I just think that's an incredible thing that I could get to this point, and now what's next? you
Yeah.
know?
And I think when we partner with Jesus Christ, our capacity to do and our capacity to just have more grows.
Yeah.
And it's the only way to do it. Because sometimes I'm like, there's no way I can do all the things I want to do. And it's true. There is absolutely no way I can do it. But with Jesus Christ, I can do a lot of it, I think. Most of it, At least all that matters. I guess I just have to trust that He'll let me know what that is. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. What advice would you give incoming freshmen or new students, first generation students that are experiencing imposter syndrome? Like they don't feel like they're good enough, or they feel like they have to do it all on their own, whatever it might be.
Make friends. One is make a really good group of friends. Because coming into school, the first thing I did was try to make as many friends as possible. Don't make as many friends as possible. Make a quality group of friends, or one quality friend who will be able to hype you up and help you to go through whatever it is that you're going through. And the second thing is, there's so many resources on campus that help the random student who's going through the most random of things. It doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter who you are, what your skin color is, what your gender is, all the resources are there that help a student to progress to the next step. Whether that is networking with some big name, or choosing a major, of your choice that you might be confused about or scared about, choosing a career, going to open mic night. Who wants to go to open mic night these days? Everyone's scared of that. Just doing something out of your comfort zone. So many resources to just change your life and move in the direction that you really want to.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would totally echo what he said. I think finding a good support group is really important. And I've been fortunate enough to have like awesome roommates most of my semesters that I've been here, and we're just each other's cheerleaders. And I think it's important to hype other people up too when you have the chance, because I think it kind of adds to that authenticity in the friendship.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think friendship's huge. Yeah, and trying things that scare you. I mean, do it because it's fun. Don't do it maybe going into thinking that this is going to change your life or anything.
Relieve some pressure.
Yeah, like it's okay to take things not super seriously. And I don't know.
No, I think that's great. And I think I would add on to that and just to say to incoming freshmen or new students, ask questions. Ask like stupid questions and silly questions. There's so many meetings that I would go into where I didn't know why I had the meeting, but I know I needed help. And so I would go in there and they're like, what can I help you with? I'm like, I don't know, but this is where I'm at. And you felt like the right person. And so if anything, they'll redirect you or they'll help you. And so I think as a freshman, a new college student, just ask as many questions as you can, because so many people are here to help, especially BYU-Idaho. Plug for BYU-I.
Oh yeah.
Love that. I was the same thing, like take a risk, like you said, go out there, try new things, even though it's scary, but high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
So go out there,
Cool.
do.
And I think kind of like what we talked about, I think what's helped me, like just with my own imposter syndrome, is that we are talking about it. And I think because of all your guys' advice, like I'm able to reframe what my beliefs were about myself. And I think that's good. I think if you feel like you're not good enough, you have to be perfect, whatever it is, talk about it with someone and reframe it, and I think that will help.
Definitely.
And then also doing all the things that we just said, or not, do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's your life.
It's your life, do whatever you want. Be miserable if you want, or
Yeah.
happy, just kidding. You've been listening to The Spot, a production of BYU-Idaho Radio. Today's hosts were,
Camille Kolditz.
Jeremy Chagadama.
Mattie Johnson.
and my name is Grace Andrus. The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university, and are solely the opinions of the hosts. Our theme music is Finding Happiness by DJ Quads and The Perpetual Ticking of Time by Artificial Music. To listen to more episodes of The Spot, visit our website, byui.edu/radio, and click podcasts. Follow us on social media at @thespot_BYU-Idaho Radio, and be sure to subscribe to The Spot podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Have a topic in mind? Leave us a comment and let us know what we should talk about next. Bye!